next series I want to talk about is Knicks-Pacers. Because the last time I saw you, Vinny, Knicks were up 2-zip, feeling pretty good. Jalen Brunson looking like a first-team All-NBA player, which I still think he is. Fantastic. And then, what did I talk about at the beginning of the show? Ooh, my arm. Ooh, my foot. Ooh, my knee. The Knicks are just dropping. They're dropping. And they've got a soldier of a coach, a general of a coach who will, if you're out there, hey, get ready. Yeah, Josh Hart played 10 straight quarters without a break. I mean, this is what he does. This is what Tom Thibodeau does. Like old school, he would be one of those football coaches who would be told, hey, coach, you know, the guys need water. They need water breaks. You can't just keep pressing them. But anyway, the Knicks are banged up. They got a short rotation. Since being up 2-zip, they lost a close game, very winnable game in game 3. Took a 31-foot three-pointer to beat them. And then game 4, I don't know what that was. They got blown out, one of the worst losses in Knicks playoff history. So here we are, game 5, back at the Garden. I can't call it, man. You tell me. You got Knicks, you got Pacers, flip a coin, flip a ball. I don't know. What do you think?
Hey, man, look, who has the bodies? Like, that's the question that I have. And I think I know the answer to the question. Who has the bodies? The Pacers have the bodies. The Pacers have the healthier bodies. And a lot of times the playoffs come down to who has the guys who can stand upright. And it doesn't mean that the Pacers are better than the Knicks. Like, I think we can all agree that the Knicks are a better ball club. When you factor in the Julius Randles and the Mitchell Robinsons and all the other guys and OG Anunoby, like you're talking about 3 bona fide starters that the Knicks are down. If you tell me that those guys are around, I'll tell you that not only are the Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals, they're going to give the Boston Celtics a pretty damn good round for their money. But those are not the circumstances that we're dealing with. Those aren't the circumstances that we're seeing. We're seeing that the Indiana Pacers, they play with pace. They're forcing the Knicks to get up and down the floor. The Knicks run a slowdown offense. The Pacers do not. You know what I mean? So while Josh Hart can play 10 straight quarters and all that can look and sound cute, go talk to Josh Hart's legs. Go talk to Jalen Brunson, and give them some truth serum. Because they're going to say, yeah, we're playing all the minutes. This is what's necessary. And the stars do play more minutes. The problem is, if you play 82 playoff games during the regular season, what do you have left during the playoffs? I think the bill is coming due on that right now. Look, the Pacers have a rightful case to say we should be up 3-1 right now. You can make the argument they got hosed in New York City, and they should be coming to New York to close out this series.
They've continued to make that argument.
As would I. I just think it's gamesmanship. I think it's old school Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Chuck Daly gamesmanship, the way that we used to see it during David Stern's NBA. Adam Silver doesn't like it, but these are the movies that we've grown up watching, right? So now you go into Madison Square Garden off of a blowout win and a close win. So you've seen you can win in adverse circumstances. You can win when it's a track meet. They're going to go in as confident as they possibly can be, while also saying, look, NBA, you can't hose us again. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can't hose us again because the eyes of the world are upon you tonight. Like, make sure your reps are on point. I'm going to give the advantage to the Indiana Pacers tonight.
Wow.
Simply because they have the bodies, not because they're the better team. I know Knicks fans are going to hear this, and they're going to be all in the videos, all in the comments, saying that you're a hater, you hate the Knicks, everybody hate the Knicks. Ain't nobody saying that. Don't nobody hate the Knicks. I want to be in New York in the springtime. New York is very much more fun than Indianapolis in the springtime. I lived in New York.
You think so?
I like it. Very much slightly, right? You know what I mean? New York is a great place to kick it. So when people think, oh, y'all just hating on the Knicks, ain't nobody hating on the Knicks. When I said, look, you know what else I said, Michael Holley? I said Jalen Brunson's numbers are better than what he is. You know what I mean? Like him averaging 38 a night on the efficiency that he was doing it for a short period of time.
Sure,
and it had him in the conversation with Michael Jordan. No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Not Jordan.
Look, dude. Look,
But
Michael. No. We're not doing this, Michael. We're not doing
okay,
this.
wait,
Okay.
No. You know what? Ooh, you just gave me an idea, and I'm gonna skip the order because I had a thought in my head of like how I want, topics I wanted to hit, but you just kind of made me just rearrange some things with something you just said there. Now, obviously, nobody is gonna compare Jalen Brunson to Michael Jordan. Not the most orange and blue Knicks fan, not the most every injured player coming back is Willis Reed. Nobody is going to do that. But I called him earlier. I called him a first-team All-NBA player. Do you think he's that? I do. Do you think he's that legitimately?
No. Because if he's an All-NBA first-team player, you got to tell me who you're taking off. If there's only 5 guys, whether you're doing it by positions or you're doing it just 5 NBA players, like I had a ballot, and as well as Jalen Brunson played, he was on my second team. And that's no knock to Jalen Brunson
Who was on your first?
At all.
Who were the guards in your first? Shea and who else?
I believe Luka Doncic.
Okay.
You tell me who I'm taking off. The second and third guys on the MVP ballot. You tell me. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not taking off Shea.
As well as
now.
Exactly.
The hater in me
would
take off Luka. The hater in me would, but that's just hating, Michael. That's hating. That's when I come in with my sunglasses on, and I'm like, look, Brunson's better than Luka. What? You got something to say about it? Next.
Yeah, that's
this
hate.
chain is
that's
real,
hate.
by the way. This chain is real.
That's pure hate.
No, but I couldn't. No, I agree with you. He is. But he is playing, he's at that level, though. I think he is at that level. Look, you can't replace those guys. I think he is a legit superstar player. He is a superstar. And the way we talk about him is almost insulting.
Let's say this.
Well, it's like the underrated, hey, no, he's underrated. He's an underdog. Nobody really gives him his due. But look at what he's doing. No, that's not a compliment. The problem is no one has given him his due, and he is a star. He's been a star since college. So the league missed it. He was underdrafted. Some guys are overdrafted. He was underdrafted. He was there in Dallas. And I know you're playing with Luka. But yeah, you can have 2 stars on the team. They have it now. They got Luka and Kyrie. They got 2 stars on their team. They didn't realize they had a star. Dallas missed him. And now I think New York is...
But
yeah, they did. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, here's... To me, it's about fit. It's about fit, to me. And when you look at Jalen Brunson's usage and you look at Luka Doncic's usage, those 2 guys couldn't exist on the same team controlling the amount of possessions that they do. And you're not going to tell Luka Doncic to not have as many possessions. You know what I mean? Even though I don't think it's necessarily the greatest use of his talent, I don't think it is optimal to have a backcourt with both players. Like their usage is right around 33. That means it literally leaves maybe 20 possessions during the course of a game where those guys aren't starting it or finishing it. And I don't think that's a way to run a real championship team. And I think the emergence of Jalen Brunson has happened because you've given him the ball and you've told him, hey, this is your team, run the team. That was never going to happen in Dallas. You know what I mean? That's, I compare that to some degree. To some degree, I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine because you're from Cleveland. Cleveland had a point guard named Mark Price. Then they had a point guard named Kevin Johnson.
Yes.
Right? And they had to trade Kevin Johnson to Phoenix for Kevin Johnson to blossom into the player that he was going to blossom into. Like just because it happened somewhere else doesn't mean that you missed the boat. Sometimes, you know what, this is our guy. Mark Price is our guy, and maybe you make the case that Kevin Johnson's better than Mark Price. Okay, cool. I'm there with you. But it doesn't always mean that the fit was going to happen at the first place. Sometimes it takes getting to that next spot to fully realize, to fully actualize the opportunity that's in front of you. And the last point I'm going to make, and I'm very, very serious about this.
Okay.
Because I like Jalen Brunson a lot. I like Jalen Brunson a lot.
Oh,
In the modern NBA.
This
in
is
the
some
modern
hatred about to
NBA.
come.
No,
I know
it's
this
not.
setup. No, go ahead.
No, it's not. This is not no disrespect and then all the disrespect comes behind it. No. That's not it at all. In the modern NBA, and I use modern NBA as 4 playoff rounds, 7-game series on from the second round since 1984. So it's 40 years. There have been 2 little men, so to speak, 2 little men to lead their teams to an NBA championship. 2. And basically 1.5. Yes, championships. But almost 1.5 if you think about it. Isaiah Thomas at 6'1", and Steph Curry at 6'3". And Steph Curry's like a long and lanky 6'3" if we think about it. Like, he ain't no short dude.
He ain't
you know what
little.
I mean? That's he ain't little. He's not the big dude, but if you put him next to LeBron James, you put him next to Kevin Durant, he looks like a little dude. You know what I mean? But in that realm, do I consider Jalen Brunson in that realm, in that echelon? No, I agree with you that he is a superstar, especially a superstar for the New York Knicks. I agree with you that he has been much better and much greater of a ball player than any of us could have ever expected or anticipated. But come on now. I'm not going to say that Dallas would be better with him because Kyrie can operate in smaller opportunities. Jalen Brunson is probably better when he has the whole plate in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's no fault. They're just 2 different types of ball players.
Do you think? Let's see if we can meet here, because what you say makes sense. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Do you think that Jalen Brunson could be the best player on a championship team? Because I do.
In today's NBA?
Yeah.
You got to tell me who his second best player is.
All right. Who do you talk to a Knicks fan? They always want somebody. They always want somebody in free agency or trade. Hey, trade for that guy. Come on, come to New York. It's the greatest place, the world's most famous arena. The whole thing. The second best player.
I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's likely in today's NBA. Let me just say that. I don't think it's likely.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of somebody. He's. Tell me who this guy is. So he's got to have some size. Give me, like modern NBA size. I ain't talking about 7'1". I'm talking about 6'8", 6'9", can defend, shoot the 3, good score. When Jalen is giving you 35.
You mean OG Anunoby?
No.
Better. Did you just profile OG Anunoby?
Better, though. Got somebody better.
Okay, if Jalen Brown is his second best player,
okay.
If Jalen Brown is his second best player, let me ask you, is that the best second best player that you could find for Jalen Brunson and say, I'm a championship team?
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't bet against them. I wouldn't bet against that. That's a nice one because it slots everybody else. It slots everybody else properly. Now you're not asking Josh Hart to give you 18 rebounds. You're not asking so much from Anunoby. You're not asking so much from even Mitchell Robinson. And then you still have Randall. Yeah, that could be a championship team. Interesting. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.